Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the Lancashire Stitcher. Today is Saturday the 12th of July 2025 and this is Flosstube 125. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I do include other crafts and I talk about walks and travels that I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. Yeah, it's been quite a tough few weeks. Yeah, I've been quite stressed as far as my mum's concerned. But yeah, update on my mum. She's had 4 appointments in the last week. She's had a second immunotherapy yesterday. I think she's had a good night. I've not heard from her since last night, so I'm assuming everything's okay. But yeah, I've got a new laptop, I've got a new light, which isn't a ring light, it's just a rain light. So we'll see how things go. I've had fun trying to set up this. I'd already prepped my laptop, but there's a problem with it. I use a thing called IV cam on my phone and the laptop to connect the two things. And for some reason IV cam lost my purchase, even though it's the same phone and everything, and it won't restore a purchase, so I've basically had to just buy another year's purchase, another year on it. So yeah, I had a permanent use of it. I'd paid the extra to have permanent use and it just won't restore it, and I've emailed them and they've not replied. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find another camera supplier, you know, that lets me use my phone as my camera for my laptop. So yeah, fun and games, but yeah, we're sorted for today. I'm going to start with something Lancashire. I know a lot of people, especially Americans, Canadians, other countries, struggle to pronounce Lancashire. Lancashire is a county in the UK. A lot of counties here in England especially end with shire, S-H-I-R-E, but we don't pronounce it as shire like The Hobbit. We pronounce it as shire. I'll write it on the bottom of the screen. So Lancashire and Cheshire, Oxfordshire, yeah, different dialects will say it slightly differently, but we don't say shire. So yeah, so it's Lancashire, yeah, okay. Because I know I've watched a few videos and you know, when they've shouted me out, and some of them struggle to pronounce it. So yeah, so there you go. So it's shire. Okay. And I'm going to also say, in 2 weeks' time, I'm in Wrexham again for the second Wrexham retreat of the year. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do as far as my video is concerned. I'm going to have a think about it. Whether I'll have one out in 2 weeks or maybe just do a couple of shorts, I'm not sure yet. We'll work it out. If you can hear a noise, I've got the fan on and I've got it tilted because it's really hot today. I was meant to be on a walk this afternoon, and I'm not going because it's too hot, and by too hot it's meant to get to 28 degrees Celsius, which I know in some places that isn't hot, but here it's hot. Here in Lancashire it's hot. So, and I can't stand the heat, my lungs can't cope with it. I need my inhaler a lot more when yeah, it's just hot and my lungs can't cope. I sweat buckets, and yeah, I'd rather just sit here with the fan. And I've got it tilted, it's a tower fan, and I've tilted it so it's leaning on something, so it's actually blowing up at me, not at my legs. So yeah, so if you can hear it, I'm sorry, but I need it today. Opening the window in here doesn't make any difference because nothing comes in. I have got the blind shut because the sun's beaming. So yeah, we'll see how things go. Right, let's stop waffling and get on with the stitching. Right, I've no new starts, no finishes. I've not got my dragon. I've not stitched on him in the last 2 weeks because of various things going on. So yeah, so I'm going to start with my Lancashire flag. Quaker Tiles Lancashire County flag by Vivsters. I'm doing 1 square a day, no, 1 square a week on this, definitely not over 1 square a day. I'm doing it on 28 count white linen, 1/1 full cross, and that is my progress. So I've now got 5 squares, and I'm going to go across the top and then go down onto the next row. So I'll bring it a bit closer, you see the pattern in them. Each square is different, and yeah, so this week's square has been done. I tend to do it over a couple of days. Yeah, so there we go. So that's that. Pardon me. Okay, my next one is Santa's Magic by Mirabilia. This is my barely started whip for July. As I said in my last video, I'm doing Christmas in July, and I didn't use my tiny decisions wheel to pick this. I just picked this from the list because it's a Christmas one. This is being stitched on 32 count spun gold by even weave by Pole Stitches, and it's in the thing, so there's a slight bit under there. But yeah, so basically I've finished off this bit up here. There's a little bit up here to do, and then I've done a bit of the whisper there. It's a brown whisper, and then I've gone up, and this here is part of his hat, and then there's some holly and berries there, and then the hat's going to continue over here. So basically I'm going up, and then I can do his head and then work down from there. And there's a lot of number 8 Krynic in this, which, yeah, if you've used number 8 Krynic, please let me know how you find it on 32 count fabric. I know Pam Banks, she used it on the Kiss, I think it was, and she loved using it, but I'm a bit wary of using it on this, so please let me know your thoughts before I go buying it. My next one is my Dragon Stitch for Mum piece, which is Star Dragon by Owl Forest Embroidery. I'll just do a bit on this now and again. So this, I don't know what this fabric is, I think it's 32 count, and that is my progress. So basically I finished off a bit on here, and then I've started the actual dragon. So yeah, using the DMC threads for this. So there you go, that's that one. And then my next one is Merry Merry by Mirabilia. This was the first in my Christmas in July pieces from the rotation, so this will get stitched on again later this month. Put it the right way up. That's what I've got done. I've not done much. All that green up here, this is a Karen Water Lily. That's as much as I did on it. This fabric is 32 count. It's fibre on a whim. Sugar, cream and sugar, I think. I'm not sure, can't remember. So yeah, that's what I got done on it. And then the next one is Twisted Christmas Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. This is a really nice design, but it takes a while to do. And again, this will get stitched on later in the month. That is what I've got done. So basically I did the pine cones in each of these, and is it Queen Stitch? So each of those took a while to do. But yeah, I think this is just some is it summer khaki at 32 count. So yeah, it's all speciality stitches in this. So yeah, that's what I got done so far. And then my next one is Martha's Stocking by Shepherd's Bush. I'm stitching this for my granddaughter Skylar, and it's being stitched on 18 count Flober using the using DMC number 5 pearl cotton, and that's what I've got done. So basically I've done the tree and then the leaves at the bottom. So, yep, there we go. It's an 18 count and it's over one pearl cotton thread over 2 threads of fabric. And then the next one, my sheet keeps blowing because of the fan. My next one is Santa Claus by Raise the Roof. Again, stitching's been quite difficult over the past few weeks because, you know, I've been stressed. And usually when I'm stressed, I stitch more and start new things, and I can't concentrate on things properly. Anyway, so there you go. I've done one leg and the body, the top of the trousers and the one leg of his trousers. And it's using Gentle Arts and Classic Colourworks threads, this. And it's on some opalescent 32 count white linen. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if that'll get stitched on again this month. Don't think it will. And then my last whip is Snowy Saint Nick by Dimensions. I love this picture. I was looking for this for quite some time and then I finally got it. And I'm still stitching on this. I only stitched on it yesterday after work, before work. And that is my progress. So I've done some of his pole. I filled in some dark blue here in the middle of his sleeve. I've done a bit here, and then I've done a bit on his hat. So yeah, this is it 28 count, and it's just some light even weave. So yeah, that's that one. So I'll be stitching on that again today and tomorrow. Okay, so that's all my whips. Warm, it's very warm today, and then this room is a heat trap. The sun just beams in and it just gets really hot. And I've got the door open, but it's still warm. Right, so what shall we do next? Beading. Oh, I've got my crochet as well in here, so I'll put it on my lap. I don't like to do anything with my laptop. So my crochet first. So I've started something new with crochet, and it's this Gnome, which is Gnome with B. This one, that one, by Mufficorn. Got it online. Probably, I think it was at Mufficorn on Etsy. There we go. So yeah, it's that one. And all I've done at the minute, and it looks very messy because there's all the loose threads. I've done, see, there's all these threads hanging, which I need to finish off. I've done part of the hat. So yeah, so it's like the gnomes I've done in the past. You put a pipe cleaner up into the top so it'll bend. Yeah, so there we go. Just using the Scheepjes Catona cotton yarn. And that's it, that's that one. And then beading. Right, let's show Santa. I've got 2 lots of beading. I've started a new beading thing as well. So, first one is Santa, which is supposed to be a bag, which mine's not going to be a bag. It's going to go in a frame. And it's by a Muse Ink. Muse Ink. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to get my board. I've done quite a bit on this. So, there you go. Santa's face. Got his eyes, his glasses, and there's gold beads in those glasses, and some bronze ones. So, yeah, there we go. So that's that. That's Santa. Let's put it there for now. Put it on there for now. And then the second one which I've started. This is the one I said last time I'm dying to start, and I've started it. This one is, it's called Raven in Moonlight Star, and it's by Iceni Bead Design. Got it on Etsy. Put that back in there. And I've done, let me start, where are we going? So, that, why is it bent differently? I don't know. Okay, so that's goes that way. Okay, so we've got board. So on those sides you can just about see the bird's beak. This is the beak. Yeah, we've got the bird's beak there, and then this side we've got the branches on the tree. So it's going to go, let me get this right, it's going to go that way. So we've got the bird's beak and the branches. So this will be the top up here. Where's my sheet gun? So you've got the bird's beak and then this side. Okay. So, yeah. There we go. It's nearly, that part is nearly finished. I've got another 2 rows to do, I think, and then that will be done. Then I'll be on to the next part. But yeah, beading and crochet. Okay, right, let's do stash enhancement. I've bought some fabrics. I got 2 from Pole Stitches. I always get them on the Etsy store, so they're ready to post. This one is 32 count Murano Origana Monsters and Mermaids. So that's a lovely greeny blue. So yeah, greeny blue one. And then this one is another Pole Stitches Aphrodite 28 count Brittany Origana, and that's like a bluey purple. No, green as well. There we go. Yeah, that's showing up a lot brighter than it is in real life. So yeah, but yeah, there we go, that's that one. And then I got this one from, it's another Etsy supplier, and it's Little Guinea Stitching. I'll put a link down below. They're on Etsy, and this is an opalescent blue, and it's called Blue Breeze, and it's an even weave, opalescent even weave, 28 count. So if you can see the sparkle in that. So yeah, very nice. Look, there's the little guinea stitching. So yeah, got that fabric as well. Everything's just falling off here because I've laminated things and it's all just sliding off. So and where's that gone? It's there. Right, so I got 2 charts on Etsy. This one is just called Bird. I just love the colours in that. It's like leaves made to look like a bird. Different colours. Sharova Creations. I'll put a link down below to the Etsy shop. And then the next one, I saw this on a Cure Whip on their last video. Kevin, is it? Kevin will stitch this for the Dragon Stitch for Mum's Sale. And it, yeah, Dragon Biscarni. I saw it and I just had to get it. So I got the PDF of it from the Tiny Modernist website. Yeah, Dragon Biscarni by Tiny Modernist. So yeah, I got that. I'm putting things on top of my notes, so I'm not going to know what I'm doing. And then I got some threads from Lakeside Needlecrafts. And I also ordered a couple of Mill Hill kits. This one is called Filigree Star. I know that's quite an old one, but yeah, I just like that one. And of course it's a full kit, so you get everything in it. And then I also got this one. This one I've been after for a while, and I finally bought it. It's called Boo. Another Mill Hill kit. So yeah, got those two. Don't know the others. And then I got this. It's the first in the Seasons in the Garden series by Jeanette Douglas, and it's summer. Just look at that. So yeah, I got this. It's actually like a book this time, rather than the Seasons in the Garden is just folded sheets. This is actually like a little booklet. But along with that, I also got the embellishment pack with all the threads, which are Gloriana. What else have we got? Dinky Dyes, Classic Colourworks, Thread Gatherer. There we go. And Mill Hill beads in that. So that's the embellishment pack for Summer in the Garden. And I'm hoping to start that at the Wrexham retreat in 2 weeks with at least one other person. And then I also got, because I bought these from 123, called for fabric. This is Fibre on a Whim Moonstone 36 count Edinburgh linen. So that's the fabric it's going to be done on. Nice browny colour, beigey brown. So yeah, so I've got the full set for that, so I can make a start on that at Wrexham. So yeah, so I'll have Seasons by the Sea and Seasons in the Garden on the go. There you go. Okay, so that's all my stash, I think. Don't think I've had any more stash in the last 2 weeks. Like I said, brain with me. So yeah, what else? Walk. Last Sunday it was the Coach Ramble, and we went to Richmond in Yorkshire. There's at least 2 Richmonds in the UK. One's down south, one's in Yorkshire. There's probably other Richmonds as well, but I don't know. Anyway, we went to the one in Yorkshire, and I did the longer walk, which was actually from near a village called Reeth. And it was a linear walk, so it was a line to Richmond, and we did just shy of 10 miles. It was a really nice walk. It was part of the Coast to Coast, and I think I talked about it in my last video, about going on it. It was the coast. We did the Coast to Coast, part of the Coast to Coast walk. There is a national walk called the Coast to Coast walk path, and it goes from west to east, from the west coast over to the east coast, or you can do it the other way around, I suppose. It's a long walk. I won't be doing the whole thing. I don't mind doing bits, but yeah, it's a long walk, and people do it, you know, all in one go and stay overnight in different places on the way. But yeah, we did just shy of 10 miles of it, and it was okay. It was quite a nice day. It had forecast rain, but we only had 2 light showers, as in very light showers, and then half an hour before we finished, the heavens opened and we got wet through, as in everything was just soaked. I had my walking shorts on, and yeah, my socks got wet, my boots got wet, I was just wet through. And then when we got back into Richmond, people were heading for the pub, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to the pub like this, I'm wet through, like everybody else was wet through, but they decided they were going to the pub. I went back to the coach and took my coat off, and I took a dry t-shirt with me to change into, and a few others came back to the coach as well. And then the people who'd gone to the pub just got wet through on the way back to the coach again. So they dried off a bit in the pub and then got wet through again on the way back to the coach. So yeah, but yeah, it was a really nice walk. I'll have a slideshow at the end of the walk I did. As I said, I was meant to go on one today, but yeah, too hot, way too hot. Don't do well in heat. Okay, so Dragon Stitch for Mum. I'm going to put a few pictures on at the end. I go off I search for the hashtag on Instagram, and if I see any videos with things in, I'll put pictures from that as well, because I know Kevin, I'm sure it's Kevin from Accio Whip, he's done the biscotti, so I'll do a screenshot of that and put that at the end. And then also Steadfast Stitcher, she's put one, she's started something as well, so I'll put that on as well. And then there's a couple of other updates that people have put on, that I'll put on the slideshow. So yeah, if you're doing anything for the Dragon Stitch for Mum, either put it on Instagram, send me an email, tag me in a video or whatever, and I'll try and add it on my slideshow at the end. Okay, so as I said, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to Wrexham in 2 weeks' time. Next weekend, I think I'm taking my mum to the seaside for the day. Other than that, I'm not sure. I know it's the Yorkshire Stitching Day, Yorkshire Stitching Retreats Day, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get on it next week with different things going on. So yeah, hopefully it's not going to be quite as stressful as the last 2 weeks have been. But yeah. But yeah. I'm just trying to just keep going, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so I think that's it for today. Not been as long as usual. So I shall hopefully be back in 2 weeks. I may do a little video next week, depending on what I decide to do for Wrexham. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so have a good 2 weeks. Take care of yourselves and those you love. Be kind always. Happy stitching. Bye for now.